Secretary of State Dean Acheson is welcomed to West Berlin by John J. MCCLOY, U.S. High Commissioner for Germany. At the dedication of a 600,000-volume memorial library now being constructed for West Berlin, Acheson says any East German attack will be regarded by the big three powers as an attack on themselves. Then he goes to the Airlift Memorial to honor the 34 Americans and Britons who gave their lives to keep Berlin supplied during the Russian blockade. Thousands of war veterans gather at Lourdes, France's most famous Catholic shrine, to pray for peace and for the health of their comrades in arms. Litter cases attend Mass at a grotto hung with the crutches of those who have regained health. Then, in a dramatic torchlight procession, the Pilgrim veterans pray again for true peace for the world. New York's worst fire in 30 years rages out of control as the flames destroy a square block of factories and tenements. 50 fire companies were called in to fight the blaze that started in an old Brooklyn trolley barn and required an almost unprecedented 10 alarms. Tons of water are poured into the inferno in an effort to prevent the flames from spreading through the crowded district where 500 residents have already been forced to leave their homes. Miraculously, only one person, the night watchman of the building where the disaster broke out, was killed. But damage runs high as 250 firemen gallantly fight a losing battle. America's most beloved humorist, the late Will Rogers, is honored at his hometown of Claremore, Oklahoma. Near the Will Rogers Memorial Building rests the famous actor, newspaperman, and plain-speaking philosopher. The occasion is the renaming of U.S. Highway 66. A motor caravan passes through Claremore, here led by Will Rogers, Jr. and Oklahoma's Governor Murray on its 2,200-mile trek along what will be known as the Will Rogers Highway. Will Rogers, Jr. bears a remarkable resemblance to his dad, and a big crowd sees him unveil a highway marker with the new name. Will Jr. plays the part of his father in the Warner Brothers picture, The Story of Will Rogers. A rootin' tootin' Texas GOP delegation led by Committeeman Henry SWIFUL arrives in Chicago. They're featuring a big iron box of evidence to support Taft's claims in his fight with Eisenhower over 38 Texas delegates. Meanwhile, a Taft offer of a compromise on all disputed votes is rejected by Ike. Britain's Rover, world's first turbojet car, is readied for a high-speed trial run that will establish a speed mark for future jets to shoot at. Driver Spencer King is set and she's away down the warm-up stretch. A lonely road in Belgium, selected because England's own roads are too winding. And now she hits the straightaway, reaching speeds that make the Rover jet practically airborne. She makes 151 miles per hour with no effort at all. Her driver calls her the car of tomorrow. A blast of hot air from the jet will make backseat driving mighty uncomfortable. Speed cars powered by one of the oldest forces in the universe, gravity, come together in England. Driver ready, goggles on, and they're off. It's England's annual soapbox derby, derby, and these lads are burning up the speedway. Here's the next heat. It's an international competition. 90 soapbox contestants are here, including some from the United States, who want to prove they can roll downhill in any country. Now keep your eye on number 42, Hot Rod Harry from Hampton. Why, blimey! At Los Angeles, 27,000 persons thronged the Memorial Coliseum for the final Olympic track tryouts. The 100-meter dash brings together the best sprinters in the country, and they're going at a sizzling pace with Bill Mathis leading at first. But Art Bragg of Morgan State surges up to win by a yard in 10.5 seconds. Bragg's Olympic bound. 20-year-old Martin Engel of New York University winds up for the best hammer throw of his life, and in winning, Martin sets a Coliseum record, 182 feet 5 inches. In the 400-meter race, they're going at a clip that should smash records. In the stretch, Mal Whitfield pops out of the pack and into the lead. Mal's already won one event, the 800-meter, in which he's also defending Olympic champion. Now, once again, he's a winner in U.S. record time. It's a ticket to Helsinki for Mal Whitfield. In the shot put, Darrell Hooper beats the 1948 Olympic record with a heave of 57 feet. The crowd at the Coliseum, seen at the 1932 Olympics, sees Curtis Stone challenged on the final turn of the 5,000-meter race by Wes Santee. But Stone spurts ahead. Curtis Stone, already an Olympic team member for the 10,000-meter run, holds on to his lead. In record U.S. time of 14 minutes and 27 seconds, Stone romps home all by himself after several anxious glances over his shoulder to make sure no one else is around. He's a double champion at two very tough distances. In the high jump, Walter Davis wins with a 6-foot 9-inch leap. And the pole vault finds the Reverend Robert Richards on top at 14 feet 9 inches. In the 110-meter high hurdles, Craig Dixon is favored to make the Olympic team, but all of a sudden, bad luck strikes. He hits a hurdle and falls. He's out of the race, and Harrison Dillard goes on to win. Dillard's a happy victor, but it's tough for those who won't go to Helsinki, and defeated Dixon takes it hard. The U.S. Olympic team is picked. American athletes whose trip under Coach Hamilton's guidance is made possible by your contributions. They're off for Finland, and they hope Olympic victory.